Okay, bit of a supply run. Friday. Roads are a bit wet, but it's not raining now. That may change. Interesting. Handling in wet not as good as in dry. Who would have thunk it? Okay, front brake's working good. Hey. How you going? Yeah, not bad. I'll just see which way this fella's going first. Yep. Yeah, well, you know, try to make it difficult for him to run over me. And you know, the bloody thing's almost stealth, isn't it? You know, maroon and black and all the rest of it. So that's a couple of road signs.
And I think eventually they're going to try and register the push lights and everything else.
Quite probably, but you know, that just a little bit of.
The white one on it.
Hey?
It's the white one on the guard.
Probably.
There's the white one that's meant to go on the guard.
Yeah, well, I think because it comes with the back tail light.
Yeah.
You know, like that's part of the bike. Factory fitted.
Well, it's just a white one, so
Yeah.
you know that anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Okay, well I'm going to go and get some fruit salad. Cups of fruit salad over there are $7 and they fill the cup up. Go over there and they're $8.90 and it's only 3/4 of a cup. And then I put them in a magic bullet and then I can eat them. Because I've got no teeth. Had to have all 20 out before I got my head cooked, otherwise they would have fallen out. Okay. Who gives a shit? The evil twin is shrinking. See you shortly. Yep. There you go, now you can see what I look like coming up the road. Hello. There we go. See? $7 fruit salads. $7.50 for the yogurts. Don't know whether I want one of them yogurts. Probably not, because I can't separate the nuts from the yogurt. So now I've got, you know, this will do. Knock knock.
How you going?
Not bad. Can I get a bag for them so they don't spill in the carrier bag? You want some good feedback?
Yes.
Your yogurts, your fruit salads go all the way to the top.
Yep.
$7. If I go across the road.
Oh, in the Pink Lady.
No, if I go out across the road and over to the...
Oh, yeah, over the servo.
Yeah. They're only filled up to here and they're $8.90. So...
Well, that's good
No,
feedback.
I don't need them. I'm going to put them through a magic bullet because I've got no teeth.
Oh,
That's why I didn't buy your yogurt. It's got the nuts and everything already pre-mixed.
okay.
Their yogurts, they have the nuts in a separate
Yeah.
pack, so I can magic bullet the nuts and then sprinkle them on later.
Oh, okay. Have a nice weekend.
I will, you too. Take it easy.
Oh, boy.
Yep. Okay. So that is my version of a supply run. Right. Don't want to get run over. Hence all the blinky bits.
Yep.
Have a good one. Right. Oh, thanks, mate. Okay, now I can get in a little bit of riding. And after that I'll go and do some washing. Can't believe how good the mud guards are on this thing. And the official verdict from the radiation oncologist is that I'm doing better than they expected me to be doing at this point. And apparently the evil twin, submandibular lymph gland secondary tumour, is shrinking fast enough that they're almost concerned about having to adjust the mask that holds me down in the linear accelerator because it's got to be a tight fit. So everything's going well, as far as I know. I'll probably believe it fully if they give me a PET scan and make sure that nothing else is spreading and growing elsewhere. I don't know if you can see that, but there is a sunfoil because my funny little ideas are winning. So that's one sunfoil in the hospital car park. It is starting to rain, so I might not be able to get to see too many more. No, not one there. Probably a couple of them on top of that Winnebago. Yep. Little Mr. Parking Nazi. How could you have a car park without a parking Nazi? Get around this little old lady. Down here for her daughter. I know that because I've talked to her. When she was lost and parked in Shearwater looking for the Cancer Institute. Woohoo! 1.1 kilometres. According to my regime, I should be slowing down and, well, stop pedalling and just go for a bloody motor, but I'm thinking might be a good idea to get me 2.5 kilometres of pedalling in and then do the turbo motoring as a rest afterwards, so I get the exercise before it bloody rains. Because I am fairly certain that the exercise is doing good things. We'll go for another look. Yeah, the illuminated push bike with the crucifixed front factory fitted light. So that's what I look like. Now I've adjusted my puffle horn so I can get it without moving my hand on the handlebar. Being duly deferential to the traffic. A mate of mine from Waitalabar rang me up today, inviting me to go down to the market there on Sunday. Sadly that can't happen because I'm down here instead, but anyway, nice to be invited. Taken down their front outstation. Yeah. Look at this little boy, isn't he glorious? Are you having a good time, mate? Good on you. Right. Not like it's 2.5 kilometres of hard pedalling, is it? And there on top of the white van we have the second sunfoil of the day in the hospital car park. I have seen as many as 5 in this car park. Don't know if I'm going to get such a tally today, but some is better than none. Just about had to put my undercarriage down for that one. So many cars idle so quietly that you don't know if they've got the bloody motor running until you see them move. And I'm pretty quiet myself, so therefore I'm lit up like a bloody Christmas tree. Painted and decorated very garishly too. Okay. Oh. Technically, .5. So there you go. Now we give the battery a bit of a bloody exercise. But not at 25 or 30 k's, because the road is still wet. And I don't want to land up on the arse and put any more scratches on the bike. And the radiation oncologist has cautioned me against falling off and going to casualty, because then I might get COVID. If I'm in traction or got COVID, they won't be able to continue the bloody treatment without difficulty. It's one of the other reasons I got the factory fitted light going, so I can suck a bit more power out of the battery. Give it a bigger cycle for such a little ride. Koalas crossing. And today I got chipped for having a bloody knife on my belt in a pouch by a bloke who once upon a time was a cop for a year. And he tried to tell me that being in a pouch makes it a concealed weapon. I said, well, you need to look up some case law, mate. Look up a man called Mark Caldwell in 1996, tried at the Glen Innes local court. Who was he was found to have a knife in his pocket in 1996 while the cops were checking him out for maybe he had drugs, you see, and they couldn't find any drugs, but they tried to bust him for the knife just after the New South Wales knife laws came in. And didn't go well for the cop, because Mark Caldwell defended himself in the Glen Innes local court of petty sessions. I think it was either in front of Chris Bone or perhaps Sean McCosker. Strange spelling, S-E-A-U-G-H-A-N, Seorgan. But anyway, he pointed out that he was only carrying the knife as a tool, and even though it wasn't in a pouch, and on his belt like the regulation says it's supposed to be, so it's visible, it's obvious, it's not a concealed weapon, it is a tool. The magistrate threw out the policeman's case, and Mark Caldwell walked free, and after that all the cops were told to pull their bloody heads in and stop wasting people's time by harassing grown-ups with a pocket knife, let alone a grown-up with a belt knife. And they got told to back off and go and confine themselves to worrying about people who carry a knife, and when asked what it's for, they say, oh well, there we go. There is another sunfoil. So there are 3 in the hospital car park. So yeah. Well, cancer hates exercise.
Sorry?
Cancer hates exercise.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Right? So this thing is shrinking,
Yeah, okay.
and by pedalling I'm increasing my perfusion rate and making it easier to piss the thing out,
Yeah,
because
that's
I'm
good.
getting my head cooked every day and
Yeah,
cisplatin once a week, and I'm halfway through both treatments at the moment.
yeah, oh, good one.
So
Careful riding on here.
yeah,
Tired nurses might run you over.
yeah, well, the theory is half the ride I'm pedalling and half the ride I'm resting on the motor, and that way the batteries get cycled. And
Is that a self-driving one?
yeah. This is the actually, if you take the lights and the mirror and the pannier bags off it,
Yep.
this is the entry-level Chinese e-bike at 2,200.
Oh, yeah.
And if you want spare batteries, they're $700 each. So I got 3 of them because I live 15 k's out of town.
Yeah.
And then I bought a trailer and spare tyres and spare wheels and tubes and all that. So when the apocalypse happens, I've got my little setup.
You're right to go.
Yeah, so $6,600 for the e-bike Fantasy, and I think it's now costing me about $28 a kilometre, because I'm on 250 kilometres, and it's about a year since I bought it. Yeah, the first ride to the front gate was a $6,600 exercise.
I've got a few mates with them, they love them.
They're bloody
I'm
great.
still trying to justify the price, but
As petrol gets more expensive,
yeah.
and in the meantime, if you go on my YouTube channel, it's called Warbles on a Lot, one word.
Yep.
There's a playlist there called The Sunfoil Project. It shows you how and why, if you put a solar panel and a charge controller on your ordinary car, when you come back to it, your battery will be fully charged, so you don't have to burn any fuel to kiss and make up for the time set half flat sulphating in the car park.
Yeah.
Means your battery will last about 7 years, and your fuel burn will come down between 5 and 35% depending on how far you drive. If you do 100 kilometres a day, it'll only be 5%. If you do 100 kilometres a week, it might honestly be 35%.
I'd love to have a solar powered car, just
No.
sit here all day in the sun.
Well,
and stuff.
yeah, well the thing is, mine's a 2000 Forester, but I got a 30-watt panel on the roof,
Yep.
and it knocks 20% off the fuel burn. Same road, same load, same speed, same everything.
Yep.
It's just you're not dragging a flat battery around by a step-up drive belt through a magnetic drag brake.
Yep.
Because that's what happens. The flatter the battery, the harder it sucks on the alternator, the harder the alternator sucks on the crankshaft, and there's a 2.5 or 3.5 to 1 torque multiplier, so that your alternator makes enough electricity when you're sitting at the traffic lights with your headlights on. So, yeah, and the whole system is designed around that scenario.
Yeah.
And your 85% efficient alternator is never running at the right speed, so it's only at 50%. So you've got a 1 horsepower worth of electricity alternator, you've got to put about 5 horsepower into the bloody thing to get that out. 5 horsepower is as much as it takes for aerodynamic drag at 50 k's.
Yeah.
And as speed doubles, drag squares. So the more time you spend at high speed, the more energy you're throwing at drag. But if you're just putting around town, yeah, put a solar panel on your car.
Yeah, got room for it.
Yep, do it, mate, do it.
All the best for the treatment.
Yep, thanks, mate. Have a good one. Yeah, now this one, from this angle, you really can't see there's a bloody solar panel on it. I didn't realise. But there it is. Yes, well done. I suppose they probably should have called me Chris Talk a Lotus. as much as warbles on a lot, because I do tend to bloody rant onto anybody who'll stand still and listen. And here comes the rain, eh?
You don't need to follow me.
Yeah, so anyway, to keep the paranoid individuals happy with their persecution fantasies and delusions about knives, I will have to empty my belt of knives before going back there on Monday, otherwise they might get all, boo-hoo, stop, he's got a knife. But, as my son said, humanity is dumbing itself down. His illustration, to prove the point, is that he said, Dad, do you remember the owner's manual with your first car? And I said, yes. He said, you know how it taught you how to do the valve clearances, how to set the tappets? And I said, yes. He said, have you looked at the owner's manual for your current car, your 2000 Forester? I said, yes. He said, have you noticed that it doesn't tell you how to set the valve clearances, it tells you not to drink the battery acid? And he's bloody right. Humanity is getting sillier every passing year. 60 years ago they taught you how to set your valve clearances. Now they tell you not to drink the battery acid. Because people are stupid by design. And I didn't do it, they did it to themselves. Okay, supply run done, and I think I might put that one up on YouTube because my son's coming down this afternoon and I probably won't make much in the way of videos over the weekend. So, one of these days I'll figure out how to make that bloody thing stay where I want it. I suppose I could use the prop on the door closer, but that has not happened yet. Let there be light, said the man. There we go. Okay. Welcome to YouTube. Shopping run done. Ciao.